All right, video number 2. How did we come up with this idea that we can cure PTSD in a day? Well, it was an accident. Like many things, there are engineering inventions like Post-it notes that they didn't start out to make Post-it notes and they ended up failing, but they made a great Post-it note. So in this particular case, I've studied Anthony Robbins for many, many, many years, and as well as many other motivationalists. And there's no doubt that pattern interrupts can really do a lot of interesting things to your behavior. I used to use it in the dojo quite often as well. People would come in the dojo and they were in a bad mood, and I'd get them in a good mood, and I'd pat their back in a certain way, physical trigger to get their biochemistry recalled at that moment. And, so it takes a little while to get that done, mind you. But in the case when you work for yourself, you can do pattern interrupts fairly quickly and then substantiate it along the way. Well, if you could do a pattern interrupt that would interrupt PTSD, well, that could be very interesting. And I didn't set out to do this. As I've said before, I set out with a what if. Now, most of you don't know engineers probably, but engineers are kind of driven by the, well, what if? What if I could do this, or what if I could do that? Many times it leads our thinking down a particular path that has a lot of gold to it. So I said, what if I could string pattern interrupts in a particular way to put them together that might interrupt the behavior of PTSD. And so I did. And it took me a day, roughly, to formulate this path. And then I instituted it. And it was very interesting because then I had to wait. I waited for my PTSD to show up, and I did this conglomerate of pattern interrupt concepts, and lo and behold, it went away. And it went away for a day or so and then came back because it's on schedule every 2 weeks. And it did come back, and I did it again. And anyway, this went on, and each time that I did interrupt it, the PTSD came later or longer away from the 2-week pattern to a point where it hasn't shown up at all. And I've been PTSD free for quite some time. And even I'll share a little bit. I mean, I had my first moment of depression the other day as a human being. And there's a great section that Steve does, which is Life After PTSD. It's in the book. Phenomenal. And it just was mild. I thought, wow, and this is what people get all concerned over? Huh. So anyway, now I want to go into the next video and talk a little bit about what strategies we do have, what offers we do have, and that there is, in fact, life after PTSD. The book, which I'll go into a little bit more how it's structured to be very quick for you to do this technique and get it underway for yourself. Now, given the fact that it may take a while for you to keep hammering away at it, but you can put it together in a day. So I'll see you in video number 3.